Good evening, friends. I'm once again back, and in the continuation of that historical subject which we had dealt in my last video. In this video, I will show you something which relates with a map which I laid hands on in the British Library. This is a map of 1833. Okay, so now just to rebrush, we had very quickly said in the Taimur dynasty there was some rule which was of 1-3 into 2-3, that how Lagan and how the Zamindars and Jagirdars were retaining and paying to the coffers of the British. Or now when the Britishers were coming in as now political agents or administrators, they converted this Lagan into revenue. Now this could be called ground rent or revenue sharing on your land. And these were the settlements imbibed by the Akbari system itself only. So when I was researching, I laid hands on a British Parliament paper of 1831. And at chapter 3, I came across a report which was the Revenue State Report, 5th report of 1812 for settlements. I will ask my video man to show you this map to you. This is a very important map. It's been colored. I will admit that these colorings have been done by me on an eyesight system, because we were refused to withdraw this map from the library as it was maybe red marked or it was not permissible to be taken outside the library, and there was no colored scanning in the library. I will show you that the area in this map now is defined into 3 territorials. Now this blue area we'll talk of, this is the Bengal area. It had an area of 1,49,782 square miles and a population of 35,000. And you people will be surprised, the 1/3 Lagan which it was paying in 1831 was 3,24,70,853 Sikka rupees in Indian currency at that time. Similarly, there was a Madras Zamindaris of 49,607 square miles with a population of more than 39,41,021, an amount of 85 lakhs, 11,000 Anna Sikkas were being recovered or collected as land revenue from Madras. Coming to the third part, which is the red or an orange part, this is the Bombay area, the Bombay Presidency. It had an area of 59,438 square miles, having a population of 62,51,546. Now, the collection money here was not very clearly defined because the report must have not reached, so this column was left blank. Now, I want to say that these Rajas or these Zamindars or these Jagirdars or Musfidars or Biswadars, the lowest community in the agriculture, were the grants or the grantees of those Rajas, which were originally called the Inayats and Inam during the Akbari system of 1560. So this is how the land settlement was imbibed by the Britishers, and in 1831 they presumed and assumed that the owner of the land was that very person who was actually paying 1/3 Lagan to the Akbari system. So the basic principle of owning a land at that time was whether you were paying revenue or ground rent or Lagan or tax towards this, which was the natives' original Inam or Inayat, which I have been again and again saying. So now this map, which was with me made by Mr. J. Walker. He was the military secretary in the Office of India. And this picture shows us the 3 presidencies either. And this map was printed in England. I will now ask my video man one by one, very slowly. We'll go and show you this map of 1831-32 period, which is showing in its blue area the Bengal presidencies. It had 3 provinces, the Western province, the Central province and the Lower province, which is written in the book either. Now in the Western province it had Agra, Bareilly and Delhi. In the Central province it had Allahabad and Banaras. In the Lower province it had Calcutta and Barrackpur. Why am I naming these? It's very important if I highlight and I ask my video man to zoom that area where these blue states or these towns are written, you will be able to read these names. And these are those names which I am mentioning of today's 57 cantonment. Similarly, this map showed an area in yellow, which was the Madras Presidency. Now, this presidency had no grants. Madras, Vishakhapatnam, Nilgiris and Wellington were the 4 areas which were defined in this, which can be seen on the map itself written. The third area in this was the area in red, which was the Bombay Presidency of 1833. Now, this presidency had no different reasons of having no grants, but to name it had cantonments like Ahmedabad, Pune and Belgaum. So why am I speaking on these 3 presidencies? Is that we know the area, and this same map is lying on the website of the association. If you click on your cantonment, you will get to know in which presidency your cantonment falls during the regime of 1833 map. Now there is another area in this map which is the white area. Now this was in this map said it is the independent native states. Now this consisted of Mysore, Punjab, Rajasthan and Nepal, which I had said in my earlier video during the Wesley period also, when he left. Now if you precisely come down, which are the cantonments? They are Ambala, Aurangabad, Kasauli, Sikandrabad, Subatu, which are falling in this white area. So that means in 1833 these were in the independent native states. Now friends, in my earlier video we had talked of a word called sovereignty. Again that word crops up, whether the natives or the rulers or the British Dominion or the Her Majesty, were they the complete sovereigns? Could we call the British regime a complete sovereign of this country? I don't believe we can call that, because they also had only taken 4 powers from the rulers. The right to make war or peace, the right for foreign negotiation, the right to legislate and the right to administer civil and criminal justice. So the British only took 4 rights. So neither the Britishers were the complete suzerain and neither the natives were the complete suzerain. So there was nobody who could be called complete independent as per this definition of sovereignty. So what do we mean by here? The native prince have therefore a suzerain power which acts for them in all external affairs and at the same time scrupulously respects their internal authority. Now, this is what the word is, that the Britishers scrupulously started infiltrating into the day-to-day operations of, and the Indians, native I would use, started believing that my lord or my ruler is no more the Raja but the British officer who was posted in that area. And this is how settlements took place. And this is how these 3 presidencies were carved in 1833. I think this will help people to know in 1833 at least in which presidency was their cantonment. So please visit the website, click on your cantonment name which is down below and see where it is. Thank you. Good day.